Hey folks, it's Matt and this is Yoga Snack. Short practices to fit into your day pretty much anytime and anywhere. Hey folks, welcome back to Yoga Snack, and today we're going to take a short practice for our hamstrings, which is one of those problem areas of the body that lots of people complain that they feel tightness in. We're going to begin with a standing fold. I've got some blocks here to help with my fold, so you might want to take some blocks, or you can substitute something else, some books, as long as they're of equal height. Otherwise you can just come up onto the fingertips. So let's begin with the feet more or less underneath the hips, toes spreading, knees can be a little soft, and I'll place my hands onto the blocks and I'll just take some little pulsating movements into the legs. Hips are drawing back, and don't worry if the legs don't fully lengthen, if there's still some bend in the knees. We just want to gradually introduce that feeling of stretch to the backs of the legs. As I say, you can have hands on blocks or fingertips down onto the floor, whichever feels more comfortable. As we take these movements, we want to keep the connection between the abdomen and the thighs, so we want to avoid doing this thing where the abdomen draws away from the thighs and we're flexing the spine. Deep hip hinge. The work is in the legs, in the hamstrings. Just a couple more movements. Okay, let's settle into the fold from there. Just relax the body, allow the head to dangle. So again, if there's some bend in the knees, don't worry. Fingertips can rest here on the floor. You might want to hold opposite elbows. And as we take some time in this fold, we're beginning to apply some pressure down through the feet, and at the same time I'm actively lifting up through the sit bones. Okay, and then from your fold, let's soften the knees again. We'll take the hands onto the floor, step the left foot back, bring that knee down onto the floor. You might want to shuffle the right foot forwards as well. We want to find a long lunge here, so my left knee is behind the line of my pelvis. Again, I can be up on fingertips or I can use my blocks. I'm going to bring my hands behind the line of the right heel. I'll lift the toes, and as I shift my weight back, I lift the sole of the foot so the right leg draws long, and then we can simply shift forwards and back a couple more times. Let's shift back, find this position, this half splits position, and we draw back on the palms to lift the chest forwards as if I'm trying to create a little arch in the lower back. Now I can stay up on the hands, I can rest down a little lower into the fold, but I want to avoid that flexion of the spine again. So find a position that works for you, and as you do so, get a squeeze of the front heel and the back knee together. Okay, let's shift the weight forwards. I'm going to switch out the legs. So we can step the left foot forward, step the right leg back. And again, you can adjust the length of the pose from there. Right knee behind right hip. Hands behind left heel. Lift the left toes, make the foot active. Shift the weight back. Half splits, and we shift forwards. We'll do that twice more. And then we'll hold that position there. Again, we can stay up or we can come a little further down, but we want to keep that sense that the pelvis is rolling forwards, that the chest is lifting, and I've got that squeeze of my front leg and my back knee together. And again from here, we'll shift the weight forwards. Let's return to that standing fold position. So we're going to take our last movement for this practice from our backs. Come down and Set a position on your back with the knees bent, the feet resting flat to the floor, and then from there initially let's raise the right leg up to the sky. We're going to reach for the leg. Now you can hold wherever the hands reach to. That might be the back of the hamstring, the knee. You might slide a little further up towards the ankle and use the hands just to draw the right leg in from there. Find your natural range of movement. And we'll hold this position for a little while. And as we hold this position, we're going to begin to create some pressure of the right leg into the hands. And at the same time, the hands draw back against the leg. So build that pressure like a little dimmer switch, gradually building to our strongest, safest sensation here. And then we'll relax for a moment. Let's see, you might find some more range. Draw the right leg in just a fraction closer. Keep the thigh firm. We'll repeat that one more time. Create that resistance, that pressure, building, building. And then relax. Just another few moments here. And we can release the right foot down onto the floor. Let's take second side. Left leg lengthens. We catch around the back of the leg and just find that natural range to begin with. And once you've found that position of the leg, begin to create the resistance. Legs and hands one against the other. Relaxing, left leg draws in perhaps, and we do that one more time. Okay, let's soften again. We'll take our last few moments here, and then we'll release that left leg down onto the floor and take a few breaths on your back. So that concludes our short practice for today, and that's a great little sequence to take if you do find that the hamstrings are one of those areas of the body in which you feel tightness and stiffness. The next episode of Yoga Snack will be with you next Friday, so thanks for watching, go well, enjoy your practice.